Hey everyone, Tankenstein here, and welcome to Stock to Spaded. In this episode, I'll be showcasing the Object 685. This is a currently ranked 6 battle rating 8.7 amphibious light tank in the Russian Ground Forces tech tree, and is currently an optionally unlocked vehicle that sits in the same folder as the BMP-2, which makes this perfect for Stock to Spaded. As with every Stock to Spaded, I'll take this through at least 3 matches, with the first match being fully stocked, second match being about halfway spaded, and the third match being fully spaded, so you can see whether or not this vehicle is worth your time to purchase, grind through, and possibly even spade, because again, I will be taking this all the way from stock to spaded, and you will see the journey throughout whether or not it's worth it in your eyes. Now that being said, this vehicle is very powerful as BR, at least just based on its current stats. When fully spaded, it has nearly a 30-to-1 horsepower per ton power to weight ratio. This also features good heat FS, decent APF SDS, and of course a laser rangefinder, which means that this thing will be very quick and technologically advanced, along with its stabilizer at 8.7 BR. But again, we'll have to wait and see if that all amounts to anything, or if this thing is just a duck. That being said, if you don't mind, please consider subscribing if you like content like this. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So here we are, fully stocked with the Object 685, and right away, I mean, kind of like I had mentioned in the intro, this thing is pretty quick. You know, we're getting, I think, around 23, 24 horsepower per ton fully stock, which is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, that's a pretty decent amount of power to weight ratio. Again, fully stock, so I cannot complain. We do have an enemy up there. Can I hit him? Probably not. I'm no good with that sort of thing. And he's dead. Now, we also, speaking of firing your cannon, we do have an autoloader on this, which provides a 6-second reload, regardless of if a crew member is dead, like your loader is dead. This will guarantee you that 6-second reload, which is really, really nice. And, of course, does help with the overall functionality of this vehicle. Now, it does have a good amount more armor than a lot of other light tanks that the Soviets field at and around this BR, which is another thing that's really nice. Can I hit this guy? Probably not. I really want to. It's just this cannon depression is what I would consider to be booty chatter. We do have a transmission hit, though, and we are backing up here. Thankfully, only the gunner died, and like I said, the autoloader should be able to provide me some level of comfort here, with the fact that now I only have 2 crew members that are alive. Typically, if you have a dead loader, that's a death knell for so many vehicles, but, you know, that's one of the good things with Russian vehicles, at least for the most part, is that it's not really a necessity. Okay, we have a vehicle down here, but again, this... Okay, that was on me, but man, oh man, am I telling you, the cannon depression on this thing is just not good. Should be able to... Okay, we have another assist here. Not too bad. I feel like when you're fully stock with heat FS at and around this BR, you should really expect a lot of assists. And there's nothing wrong with that, especially as a light tank. Right now, I've got 3 assists and a base cap, so I'm actually, in my opinion, doing quite decently. Again, can't complain about it. But you do want to stay away from the auto cannons, all that. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but the armor on this is actually not that bad relative to light tanks. So again, the frontal turret armor, or the frontal hull armor rather, you have 60 millimeters of armor, which is enough to shrug off some auto cannons at a distance, especially if they don't have APDFs, but more so if they don't have APF SDS. And, you know, it's actually pretty nice, you know, against SPAA, all that sort of thing. This can actually put up with a decent amount of punishment from the front. But one of the big things I'm noticing here is that the turret traverse isn't very good. Okay, we have an engine hit, and I should be able to still hit this guy and get the kill, hopefully, and we don't! Oh my goodness! 5 assists. This is one of those matches that you keep anyways because it's still a good match, at least in my opinion. But man, oh man, it feels like it could be just so much more. Okay, this guy's gonna back up. Scouted, target, damaged. We're going to get the transmission hit. We're going to get another assist. We're going to get like the 7th assist of the match here. I'm sure of it. So, by the way, if there seems to be some level of incongruity, I think that might be the way to say it, between my assists and like how many enemies I've actually damaged. The reason being is because you can get, if you scout somebody and then damage them with your cannon, oh, there we go, the first kill. If you scout somebody and then damage them with your cannon, that basically means that you get an assist for the scout and assist for the damage with the cannon. So right now I've got 8 assists, 2 kills, and a base cap, so not too shabby. So let's go ahead and just kind of go over like some of the things I'm noticing with this vehicle right off the bat. Again, I think it's got pretty decent mobility. It's not incredible. It's good, but not incredible. The Heat FS isn't bad. I mean, you're looking at 390 millimeters of armor pen. This is a 100 millimeter cannon, so it's not terrible, right? Like, you have some smaller cannons that do Heat FS, and you start running into some issues, like some of the 85 millimeter cannons, 76 millimeter cannons. Thankfully, this does not have that problem, so it's actually pretty decent. We also have it where, again, you have the frontal armor. It does allow you to survive some damage. The crew is not too poorly spaced out, which is nice. You only have 3 crew members. I'm going to see if I can scout them. And I can. Very nice. Sometimes you get lucky with a scout like that. But overall, I mean, like, it's not bad. Crew survivability doesn't seem to be too terrible. You do have your stabilizer. Again, this isn't the fastest vehicle in the game by any means, but it's also not slow by any means. So you're really just getting a good overall package here. But again, match is over. So I said, and I died. I'm probably the last guy to die. So I said, let's get into the next match. Not too bad. 2 kills, 8 assists. Let's get into halfway spaded. So here we are about halfway spaded with the Object 685, the Object 685, and I'll be honest with you guys, I mean, this vehicle has been one of the more fun and pleasant experiences going through a stock to spaded as I've ever had. I mean, genuinely, this thing has been great. I've got no complaints about it. And overall has just been wonderful. Like, genuinely, this thing is great. Is this guy really trying to shoot me again? Maybe he can, actually, now in a few seconds here. But overall, again, I have been genuinely surprised by this thing in a very good way. You know, it's got excellent firepower. Very good mobility. Not necessarily the greatest, but still very, very good. I mean, among the best would probably be the best way to say it. It's got decent enough armor for what it is. The only problem is that its armor is just thick enough where a lot of the time, like, where a shot might otherwise just go right through a vehicle, like a more lightly armored vehicle, it won't necessarily do that here. But, of course, it does also have the ability to defeat, for example, an autocannon from the front, which is really nice, you know? So insofar as it's thus far, its strengths are concerned, right? So, again, halfway spaded. I probably actually have just slightly more than half the modifications unlocked. But I would say halfway spaded. I'm just going to go and get some more ammunition, which, by the way, ammunition, because you do reload at 6 seconds, you do go through it pretty quickly in this, especially if you only carry like a half ammo rack. But overall, I'd say its biggest strengths are going to be its armament. I mean, I love it. Once you get this APF SDS, it's only 335 millimeters of armor pen, but it should be, for the most part, sufficient. It's not always going to be like the greatest thing in the world, but it is very good. You know, if that doesn't work, you still have a pretty competent Heat FS, which is nice, you know? So it's armament, so when you combine that with a 6-second auto loader, it's just phenomenal. You know, of course, the mobility on this, very, very good. Among the best. Not the greatest, but among the best. We have an... Okay, somebody decided to drop napalm on us for some reason. Guess they don't understand how it works in ground RB. But, again, those are probably its biggest assets. When it comes to its weaknesses, again, its armor is just good enough to defeat some similar BR autocannons. However, it's not amazing and can hurt in some instances compared to having, for example, no armor. And also, I would say its turret traverse. Its turret traverse, while not terrible, isn't very good. So I have this thing, bear in mind, I'm not using an expert crew on this. Typically, I expert a vehicle if I can get, like, for example, an aircraft, you know, much better, like, if I need it for G warnings or G loadouts. However, I also do that in ground vehicles if I can get myself a very favorable reload rate from it. And being that you don't get a better reload rate with this vehicle by going with an expert crew, I just didn't do it. So, we have the enemy there, got the kill. Again, very easy to use, and also you have your laser rangefinder, which is fantastic. So, I mean, as you can see, 4 kills, one base cap. That's pretty typical. A few matches ago, I actually had, I think, oh, you also get smoke grenades, which is great. But a few matches ago, I had, I think, 6 kills in something like 2.5 minutes. So this thing can definitely throw down really, really well. This thing is an excellent sniper, an excellent flanker, I mean to say. Can also snipe if you really want to, but I would say as a flanker and a scouter, this thing is among the best at its BR. It's just fantastic. And realistically speaking, again, the only thing that kind of stinks about it is its turret traverse. I'm getting around 17 degrees per second, which obviously is not fantastic. Okay, we have an enemy here. He is just totally accelerating with me. And I got the kill. Very nice. Now, I think that should probably be it. Full disclosure, I did get a kill before. However, and I mean however, it was via artillery. So, thus far, I've gotten basically 5 kills with this tank, 2 base caps, probably going to be 3 by the end of this match, and a single death, which is not bad. You know, I mean, like I said, this thing, I have been noticing, as you saw in the first match, excellent scouter. If I survive, oh, okay, more napalm. Second match, this thing is a phenomenal vehicle when it comes to, you know, overall flanking. It's excellent in that role. Like, you can just swing this thing basically through whatever portion of the enemy map, or of the enemy that you really want to bring it through, and you can just quick strike anywhere. And with a hell of a good amount of firepower, too. So, overall, yeah, I mean, this thing, again, great flanker, great base capper, excellent scout. And if you really want, and, like, you know, you can combine flanking and scouting as well. Or flanking and base capping, rather. Or flanking and sniping and do quite well. My apologies, my brain is a bit mushy. So that said, thanks. Oh, there we go. Last guy to die. That said, let's get into the second match, see what we could do, but not all too bad. You know, I think I'm going to take it back. I said something in my halfway spaded match where I said something like, really? Really? Didn't hit him? Anyways, where I said something like, this isn't the fastest tank at this BR. I think it's, you know, still, it's technically not the fastest. However, it is faster than even I gave it credit for. Still, when I said it's one of the best, this is better than one of the best. I mean, this is that good. Let's move up. Ooh, buddy. And we got ourselves that kill. This is better than one of the best. This is like top 2 all-time. This thing might be slightly better than pretty much any other light tank at and around this BR in terms of mobility. Now, at least when it comes to tracked light tanks, this might be the fastest of the tracked light tanks. Just overall, like, acceleration, whatever. Everybody loves to look at, like, these lofty, you know, top speed comparisons, right? Like, oh, well, this is the top speed of, you know, this, that, or the other, and whatever, right? Like, all that stuff looks good. But, and this is a big but, this has a better acceleration than pretty much anything that you're going to find. I mean, it's just wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So, let's go ahead and continue to scout. As you can tell, I mean, I've gotten 2 kills already, got a base cap, a scout. This is going to be a fantastic overall vehicle. Like, this is one of those tanks that you can pretty much play it how you want outside of frontline brawling and whatnot. So, it's just a very effective vehicle in that regard. Hopefully I can get this kill. Nope. Ooh, but I did get the radiator. He should be coming to a close, to a stop in just a few moments. No kill. Well, that's on me. However, did I just see someone? That might be someone. It is not. Let's just keep on moving up, because I am running out of ammunition. And again, that's kind of, as I mentioned before, one of the issues with this vehicle. You might run out of ammunition with it, which does kind of suck. Okay, we got ourselves Commander and the cannon breach. Very nice. That's the way we want to do this. And now we have the kill. Now, we do have someone else possibly over here. Yes, we do. That's a big boy. And we got basically all that we need there. So I'm going to go for this Martyr first. Then I'm going to go for... Is that an FV? Might be. I'm not entirely sure. Who knows? Ah, and I didn't get the kill. Let's just go ahead and respawn. I think that may have been an FV, but this is one of the big issues with the Object 685. It is very good, however, it does lack some level of survivability. But overall, right now, number 1 on the team. I have at least 1 more assist coming to me because of that vehicle that just was like Swiss cheese. Because, of course, that's how it is with this. And unfortunately, all you get is Heat FS and APF SDS. And while those are generally very good, you have instances like that where vehicles just have minimal armor, and that's it. That's all you got. You know, you'll basically go right through them. And there we go. I got the kill. Oh, that was an Alpha 1. Okay. So, pretty much all of these stock to Spaded videos all come back to the same thing, right? It all comes back to... What, like, should you grind for this? Is this a vehicle that you should get for whatever reason, right? Like, is this worthy of your time, your investment in this game? And, yeah, I mean, 100%. This is such a fantastic vehicle in so many ways. Like, it can get the job done, however you might need it to get done. Okay, we just hit him. Thank God we have... this. So he thinks I'm gonna go over there. I'm not. Now I'm gonna go over here. Probably gonna get killed by him from the side. No matter. Okay, oh, so that's a small boy tank. And we have ourselves the kill. I'm so sorry, man. Sometimes I do let people cap the base, sometimes not. This was one of the instances where I was not feeling merciful. Mainly because of the type of tank that was. I mean, that is an SPAA, and as anyone with a lightly armored vehicle knows, SPAA is basically going to be the bane of your existence. So, as I was saying, yes, I do... Wow! Okay. Yes, I do recommend this vehicle. I did not expect that. I thought I was actually aiming a touch low there. But yes, I 100% recommend this vehicle. Honestly, this is just... If you like, what is it? The Object 906, you're going to like this a whole lot more. The Object 906 is fantastic at its BR, but this is basically a bigger, meaner APF SDS 100mm carrying version of that vehicle. And it works so well. It's faster. It's got better armament, slightly better armor, which is nice, again, versus some, shells. Because, for example, that German vehicle, that the SPAA, whatever that was, that I just killed there, even though it was rank 1, that would have been right through the other object that I just mentioned, whatever it is. And, meanwhile, it didn't go through me. And so a lot of that has to do, again, with the armor that this has relative to a lot of other vehicles. So, yeah, I mean, this thing is just fantastic. I really cannot say enough good things about it. Occasionally, you will have mishaps, like literally what just happened there, but you can just go right through the turret. Basically make it so that he can't do anything. I might have to resort to Heat FS if that didn't work, but thankfully it did. So, yeah, 100% recommend this thing. The Object 685. There's so many objects that the Russians have made. I really forget, like, what they are or whatever. Recommend it. The grind to get to fully spaded, piece of cake. At least if, like me, you have yourself a premium account. It was honestly one of the easiest and most enjoyable grinds I've ever had in War Thunder. So thanks so much for watching. If you don't mind, please consider liking, comment, subscribing. Manic outro aside, as I was trying to get that done right before the match truly ended, I just want to say thank you all so much for watching. Again, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing. The Object 685, put succinctly, is easily one of the best light tanks I've ever used in War Thunder. It is fantastic, can do anything you want, scouting, flanking, sniping, base capping. Outside of taking shots, this thing is amazing. Take care, everyone.